Hello everybody, now that you've calibrated your putter with Plumb Perfect, I'm going to teach you how to use it when you're practicing on the golf course or on the putting green, wherever. So what you're going to do is, just like how you calibrated it, slide it on the putter. Now, as I said, you're going to get a sticker, and once you have your sticker marked, you're going to know exactly where you want to line up your Plumb Perfect while you're using it. So what you're going to do is get behind the ball and try to figure out basically what your dominant eye is. Now, people say you have to use your dominant eye, but really I think it's whatever you're more comfortable with. So what you're going to want to do is line up between the ball and the hole, get a few paces back to whichever's comfortable for you, hold your putter up like so, and now you're going to be able to see on a flat green like this if there's a slight break or no break, if it's left or right. And so what this is telling me right here is that this is going to break to the left. So now what I'm going to do is, now that I know this read, I can take a few putts and I'll be able to make it. Because now I know that little read, it gives me that little bit of extra confidence. So now with that, now that you can learn this, you've got your sticker here. When you're in an actual round, you're going to be able to mark it, and although you won't have that comfort of Plumb Perfect with you, you're going to get that muscle memory when you practice with it to know, even though you know you're holding the right spot, you can just relax your fingers and it'll do the work for you. So now that you've learned how to practice with Plumb Perfect, I'm going to teach you how to do it with a wedge, because wedge games is just as important around the green. Whether you're hitting a bump and run or a little flop shot, you still got to know which way the ball is going to roll when it hits the green. You got to know how it's going to react. So I've already calibrated this, but I'm going to attach my Plumb Perfect anyways to get that little human bit of air out while I practice. So I'm going to slide it onto the wedge as so. This I'm using a 60 for a shot like this. I'm going to get up to where I know I'm going to be right around my guessing where I'm landing it, which is right about in here. I'm going to pick a spot on the green to line up the hole with, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. And so, like the last putt, this is going to be the opposite direction, so it's going to break to the right. So now that I know that, I can take this little snot off. I got my couple balls here that I'm going to be practicing with, so I know that I got a general idea where I'm going to hit it. And now I got a general idea. I hit that a little too far, but you get the general idea. I had the perfect read for it. So with Plumb Perfect, not only does it work with putters, but it also works with your wedge game, whether you're chipping with a 60 or you're chipping with a 54, pitching wedge, even up through an 8-iron. It still works the same, because you're using that little bit of read and a little bit of confidence to give you that little bit of extra vision when you're hitting your shot. So with Plumb Perfect, take it out in the putting green, chipping green, even if you're just having fun on the golf course, take it out to practice with it. And that way, when you're in a real tournament round, or just regular casual round with your buddies, you have that skill to use. And so with Plumb Perfect, it teaches you how to correctly plumb bob, whether it's a putter or a wedge.